Hello guys, I have been tinkering about with Master of Command with the example of these 3 regiments of line infantry. I want to share with you one interesting measurement that I have come about. If you want to get yourself a little bit more invested in movement and shooting arcs of the actual units, this is the video. So let me show you what I have come about. So we have here 3 regiments. These are over here. One of the regiments is a Prussian musketeer and the other 2 are Cantonist recruits. If you haven't subscribed yet, I think this is the time that you can do it. I usually upload a lot of videos about war games, grand strategy, strategy games, real-time strategy, and real-time tactics. Let's continue with the video. This guy has a line formation right now. You have also the option to do column. Column was usually the way the armies in this time period move on the battlefield. They were not going to be placed in line formation up until the time that they knew that they were to confront the enemy or the opposing enemy line. So this is the way you march. Also, we have here attack column. Attack column, and apparently I'm going to zoom in a little bit, is slightly different from column, because in column you can see that you have 4 different lines, so to speak. In attack column you have 2. And attack column is more likely to be a movement and high charge damage, but low firepower. What this means is that you're going to be able to charge with the greatest amount of mass from your formation. So if you want to charge again, this is the formation that you want to adopt. If you want to march, is the formation of column, and if you want to fire, is going to be the line formation. Knowing this, we can now go into the measurements that I want to show you in this video. So I came up with an interesting way of measuring this, because at this point you could have this guy's whatever like this, and as you can see, if you grab the 3 of them and you go onto line, all of them are going to be overlapped in between and inside each other. We don't want that. This is not logical, and it doesn't make us any good in our movement. So for a better understanding of the space that we have here, okay, I'm just going to tilt a little bit the camera here. For a better understanding of what we can achieve with the firepower, especially with the arcs of fire that we have here, I'm going to show you the following measurements. So we're going to place one of these in the place that we want, whatever we want. We're going to do a line, and then we're going to do a column, so we reset the actual column. This is the column that we have. And we're going to use other units for measurement. In this case, we have one cavalry unit here and 1 general or commander unit here. Let me show you the two formations, and then I'm going to show you the measurements. Okay, here we have the first formation, and this is the formation that if you march like this and you place them in line formation, you're going to have them one at the side of the other, and you're going to have overlapping arcs. What this is going to do at the time of firing is that you're going to have no dead spots in between the units, and also you're going to have a complete line in front of you covered in firepower. So this is going to make your firing more efficient if you don't want the enemy to move into any gaps. That's the first one. The second option that we have is this one here, and this marching position is going to allow you, when you finally reach your enemy to go into line formation. And what you're going to see, the difference is that you're going to have not overlapping arcs, but slightly touching each other. Of course, this is good because you're going to have a greater range of fire in between your flanks, but also what it's going to do is going to create this dead zone in here, or dead space, in which if one of the troops manages to reach in here, no one is going to be able to shoot at it. I can tell you how can you counter this specific situation if you have this type of gaps in here. You can obviously take your dragoons and place the dragoons facing into these gaps like this, so you're going to have the gap covered. This is one way you can do it, or you can have more troops and use the other troops in a fire column, which is basically this one, the attack column position, and place another regiment in here. That's one way to do it. But we are here to understand how we can achieve these formations, because if you want to move, you would like to go into the column formation and send the movement order in this formation. So how do we measure the formations? Well, if you want to measure the not overlapping arc, which is the one that we have here, I'm going to show you again. If you want to measure this one, well, the measurement is going to be 1 regiment of cav and 1 regiment of generals. So you're going to grab the horse regiment and you're going to extend it the maximum you can. So this is going to be something like 2.5 lines, and we're going to grab the general and we're going to extend it in 2 lines approximately. This is the measurement in between these 2 regiments, and you follow the same for the next regiment, so on and so forth. Now, if you want the other way, which is the one that is overlapping, the one that gets less extent in firepower, but you have more coverage in firepower, the measurement is taking away the general and using just 1 regiment of cavalry in 3 rows. So you are going to bring these guys here, you take these guys here and do 3 rows, and bring the other one here. Once you do that, I will recommend to take the 2 guys that you used, do this and then do this again, so it is going to be resetted. And this way we can use this formation to march, and when we reach to the enemy and we use the line formation, we're going to be overlapping the arcs and we are going to have a better firepower. So hopefully these tips were useful to you, and if you want to see more tips like this, make sure to subscribe and share the video. Tell others about Victus Wargaming. This was Victus. See you in the next one.